I have this pattern all taped up here. I just used some of that paper that I used before to set the back of my couch up. It's kind of a pain to get up there. I'd end up doing it in 2 sections. It keeps wanting to fall down. But I wanted to make sure I got a good pattern here to make this plywood fit really nice. So I just took two strips of this paper and overlapped it, made a 4x8 sheet, and then I just laid it up there. And it's real easy to just press your fingers around it and it makes a crease, and then you can cut out, like for example right there. Just press your fingers around that and then just cut on the crease. And then if you cut it out too much, then I just taped little pieces in there and just fixed it. I'm trying to make it fit tight even though it's not going to show. I'll do the best I can. And a 4x8 sheet doesn't go all the way down to the bottom, so that's about where, if I put it all the way to the top, because that's going to show there, so I'm going to try to get it touching that up there, and then just let the gap be right there. I have my first piece of paneling in that I cut out of that pattern, and now I'm just screwing it to the furring strips. I'm going about every 16 inches here, and I have, I'll show you here. I mark the center line of these ribs all the way down here, and I also mark, that's the top of a furring strip, and that's the bottom of one. So I know where to put my screws. But with this paneling, having these lines in here, all I really have to do is come down here to the end and just check it. And then, put my screw, like there's the bottom, top, and just find the line where I want to put it. That just landed in the center. And then I just go back down there, follow that line all the way down, go back down there, verify where it's at according to those stickers, and I could tell if I'm landing my screw in the center of the rib. So that makes it really easy. And of course, when I do this pattern, I'm going to have to lay it out. I'll mark my pattern, I'll mark those lines on the pattern, that way when I go to actually cut it out of the paneling, that I cut it out so the new paneling lines up with those lines, and then it'll be covered up, but all I got to do is look at that screw and just put it directly across from it, and then just keep, that's short enough right there, I can eyeball that. So I didn't bother marking it anything on this side. Here's my pattern for the back half of this. That was all one full sheet of plywood or paneling, 4x8. I had this little part left over, so I just taped that up there, and then just ran my finger around that, made a crease, marked it, cut it out. And down here I just folded it, ran my finger down there, made that little fold, marked it. I'm gonna cut that off when I take it out. And then right here I marked all them little black marks. I marked my lines, so when I put this pattern on this paneling to cut it out, all those will line up. And I put the factory edge of the paper to the factory edge of the plywood, and then I'm going to do the same when I cut it out, so that'll all line up good. I always cut out the paneling with the good side facing down, because it seems like it tears up the edge on the back. And I heard you can put that painter's tape on there. I just didn't do that, but since I'm doing that, I'm gonna have to transfer my marks. My lines are on the front. I'm gonna have to transfer them to the back, because this is the side facing in, so this needs to flip over. Here's what I mean about the saw kind of tearing the edges up. It does that on the back side, but on the other side it's fine. So I just hit that with a sander, just knock all them rough edges off. Here's a final look at my paneling. I just got that piece in I was working on. Got all the lines to line up. I just had to trim that out a little bit. Had to be a little more picky with this one. I had to take it back probably 3-4 times and sand it a little bit right there to get that to line up. So here's the look. There's that wall. And that. And then I just have the ceiling left to do.